to be exact. On Card Talks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, the man who always has an ace up his sleeve, Mr. Rodney T. Flippin.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, JVD, and welcome to the Card Shark Showdown on the Rodney 1279 channel. This is episode number 39 of this game. Glad to have you with us, and let's get to the cards. And our returning champion with $12,000 is none other than Ben Mason. How you doing, Ben?
How am I doing? I'm doing great. And I'll tell you what else. Well, we'll see what happens in this game because I'm ready to defend my championship.
We'll see. And somebody that's anxious at taking away your title is Mathew V. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing good.
You feel confident?
Well, we'll see what happens. But I do feel pretty good.
That's good. Well, let's get down to our game. Y'all know the rules of the game. We play the best 2 out of 3 match, and whoever wins 2 games goes on to the money cards for $144,000. And each game is worth $1,000. So we're going to start with you, Ben, and good luck to the both of you.
Thank you, Rodney.
Ben, we asked 100 pregnant women. These are all women who are at least 6 months pregnant. And we asked them, if you could have another woman carry this baby for the rest of your pregnancy, would you do it? How many pregnant women said they would like another woman to carry their baby for the rest of their pregnancy?
Interesting question.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a loaded question.
Baby. Well, why not? Anyway, this is gonna be a wild guess. Let's go for 45.
45, he says. All right, and Matthew, what do you think about this question? Higher or lower than 45?
You know what? I remember hearing this on my own season, and I know the answer is much lower than that.
You're going lower, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you're right, you're going to play the cards, Matthew. Let's check it out. The actual number of pregnant women that said they would like another woman to carry their baby for the rest of their pregnancy is 9. Good job, Matthew.
I knew it was 9.
You was studying, huh? Good job. All right. You have a jack showing. What do you want to do with that jack?
I'll keep it and go lower.
He's keeping the jack lower than the jack. It's an 8. 7 plus 1.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 8. Keeping his position and keeping Ben away from his cards. And here's your question, Matthew. We asked 100 women, if the Army starts drafting men again, should women be drafted also? How many women say yes, women should be drafted?
Well, you know what they say, they gotta be equal. I believe that women should be drafted also myself.
Uh-huh.
Not just because of gender, because that's just wrong.
Right.
I will say, but then again, not many people might think so. So I'll say, 36.
Going 36. Okay, and Ben, what do you think? Higher or lower than 36?
I'm going to say that the answer is higher.
Going higher. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of women that say yes, women should be drafted in the Army is 46. It is higher. Good job. Only 10 off, Matthew. That's not too bad. Now, your base card, Ben, is a 5. How do you want to handle that?
Let's go for the risk and change the card.
Okay, he's going to change the card. When you win the question, you can change your card. The 5 becomes a 10.
Okay, I'll go lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 4.
Good thing I changed it. Higher.
Higher than a 4. No! It's a 2. No good. Free chance, Matthew. You have to play off that 8.
I'll have to try higher.
Higher than an 8. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 7.
Freeze.
Okay, he's freezing on the 7. One card to go in order to win the first game, Matthew. And the question goes to you, Ben. We asked 100 girls who live in Beverly Hills, one of the wealthiest communities in the United States, and we asked them if you fell in love with a poor man, would you marry him anyway? How many girls in Beverly Hills said they would marry him anyway?
Marrying a poor man in Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can just picture it right now.
I could too. I could too.
That's a good one.
Yes, it was.
Well, anyway, I have to say it's I guess I could buy that. I guess. Let's go for 75.
Going 75. Going high. Okay. All right, Matthew, do you believe that answer is higher or lower than 75?
I think it's going to be a little lower. I think that some of those girls there might be a little colder.
All right, so you believe it's lower. Okay. So Ben said 75 and Matthew, you said lower. Let's check it out. The actual number of girls in Beverly Hills that said they would marry a poor man anyway is 73. It is a little lower. But good guess, Ben. All right, Matthew, you have a 7. How you want to handle that, sir?
Let's change that.
The 7 becomes an 8. Tough card, but if you call it right, you'll win game 1 and $1,000.
Higher.
Higher than 8 for the first game and $1,000. Higher? No, it's a 6. And free chance to you, Ben. You must play off the 10.
Yes, I do. Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. It's a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 5.
Higher.
For the first game and $1,000, higher than a 5. Yeah, you got it. Good job, Ben.
Thank you.
Wow, $1,000. Nice comeback. You got $13,000 now. And we're ready to set the board for game number 2 of Card Sharks. And this first question is going to go to Matthew. Matthew, we asked 100 new fathers. These are all men whose wives have had a child within the past 6 months. When your baby starts crying in the middle of the night, do you usually wake up before your wife does? How many fathers said they usually wake up before their wives?
Usually wake up before the wife. Ronnie, may I ask what's your case?
Was my case? My wife always handles it.
Okay.
Most of the time. Mm-hmm.
I think that the men are kind of prone to waking up in the middle of the night. I know I am.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's for bathroom purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I will say 61.
Going 61. Okay. What do you think, Ben? Is it higher or lower than 61?
I know. That's a tough question for guys to wake up in the middle of the night. Usually when I wake up in the middle of the night, it's usually to check if my YouTube videos are uploaded yet.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go with lower.
Lower, okay. And there you go. Let's check it out. The actual number of fathers that said they usually wake up before their wives is 20. It is lower. Good job.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of us go to sleep and stay there. All right, Ben, you have that queen showing. What do you want to do with that queen?
Do I really have to tell you? I have to go lower.
You going lower than a queen. It's a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a 4.
Higher again.
Higher than a 4. No! A 3.
Yes.
And Ben is saying yes, right? And not Ben, but Matthew is saying yes as a sigh of relief right now. Well, Matthew, you get a free chance. You have that 10 showing.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. No, a double. All right, well, we go on to the next question. It's Ben's question. Ben, we asked 100 school bus drivers, at the end of the day, have you ever finished up your route and discovered you still have one kid left over? How many school bus drivers said that has happened to them?
Yeah, school bus drivers, and they have their kids left. Sometimes they have 2, or maybe even 3, or maybe even 5.
Yeah.
Or maybe even 10.
Hopefully it ain't that many.
Let's go for, let's go pretty low. Let's go with the 32.
Go with 32, okay.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go put a pizza in the oven, and I'll be right back.
All right, while Ben is doing that, Matthew, do you believe that number is higher or lower than 32?
I would actually think that it's a little bit more common than maybe expected. I'm not a school bus driver myself, but I think it would be a little bit more common than it would usually be. So I'm going to say that's a little bit higher.
A little higher. Here you go. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of school bus drivers that said yes, that has happened to them is 71. You're right, Matthew. It is higher. It is more common. All right, Matthew, you have that 10 showing. What do you think you want to do with that?
Change that 10. I don't like it.
When you win the question, you can change the base card. The 10 becomes a jack. A little better.
Well, that's better. Lower.
Lower than a jack. It's a 7.
Oh, boy. I'll take my chances higher.
He's going to go for it. Higher than a 7. It's a 10.
Okay, I'll try it again. Lower.
Taking a risk. Lower than a 10. No, it's a queen. And it's Ben back.
Yes, I am.
Free chance. You have that queen to play off of.
Yes, I do. Lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 10.
Lower.
Confidence. If it is lower than 10, Ben, you're going under the money cards for $144,000. Lower than 10, yeah, you are off to the money cards.
All right. Good job.
Well, you have $14,000, Ben. In just a moment, you're going to the money cards for $144,000. Well, Matthew, we do not let anybody go home with nothing. We're going to give you $500 in our congratulations, Matthew, okay?
Thank you.
And you ready to go off to the money cards, Ben?
Oh, yes, I am.
Nicely played, sir. That took a lot of guts to go lower than a 10.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm just getting lucky.
Yeah. Well, your luck is with you. You have $14,000 right now.
I'd like to turn that into $158,000.
If you can. If you do that, you'll break a record on card sharks on my side. All right, we're going for $144,000. You know the rules. You don't need me to explain it, do you?
No, I don't. $1,000 for on the bottom row, then I can move up and get another $1,000, and then the big bet, I can win $144,000.
You know the rules. I don't even have to explain the rules.
No.
Just tell me which number between 1 through 52, and we're off and running.
Well, in honor of my 27th birthday, I'm going to go for the number that's half of 27, and you round up to the whole number, 14.
Going 14, interesting. All right, and once the cards go up, we're going to give you the $1,000. Here we go. And for $1,000, your first card is a 3.
All of it higher.
Everything higher than a 3. Let's see it. Higher than a 3. Yes, it's a 7. You're up to $2,000 in a 7, Ben.
Can I change it, please, with number 1?
Yes, you can. All right, he's going to change it with number 1. The 7 becomes a 2.
Everything higher.
Everything higher than a 2. Yes, it's a 3.
Let's go for it. Everything higher.
Everything higher than a 3. Yeah, it's a jack. You're up to $8,000. points and you cleared the bottom level, we bring you up to the second level and you're up to $9,000 with the $1,000 we give you and you have a jack.
No guts, no glory. Everything lower.
Wow. Queen, king, or ace could come up. Okay. Everything lower than a jack. No, boy.
And
I was nervous about that, Ben. Well, you still have $14,000 for your previous winnings, and you'll get to play another game. Do you want to play again?
Sure, I'll play again.
Who do you want to face next? This will be episode 40.
Episode 40, let's go for, let's see who's on the call. Is Calculator Matt there?
I think he stepped away.
All right, let's see who's on. Can't quite make out who's on this call here. Well, I'll tell you what. Since there's nobody.
JVD's on here.
Who?
J-Van.
All right,
Play.
JVD. How about it?
So you guys forget about me, huh?
Oh,
And Craig.
And Craig. I'll go for Craig.
All right, and we're going to take a break, guys, and we're going to do episode 40 of Card Sharks in a few minutes. Don't go away.